Hello, hello, it's Kim Corallo. Shut the front door too. We are a wreath door hanger vintage gift store. We are out of Lexington, Kentucky. If you are new here, welcome on in. If you've been here watching for a minute, thank you so much. Today, we have a haul video for you. We picked up some really great things. Excuse the mess behind me. I am pricing, and actually it's a rainy, cloudy day here in Kentucky. And I was just gonna forego the video, even though I have some really great things. But then, I got to thinking, I don't know that I have time this week to thrift, and I didn't want to go 2 weeks without a video. So here we are with a little bit of a dark video, but hey, you're gonna get to see some really great vintage, and I hope that you will enjoy it. We're gonna get started with this. I found 5 of these. This is restaurant wear, they're butter pats. And if you don't know what a butter pat is, because I'm gonna be honest with you, this is something that is new for me. I learned what butter pats are earlier this year, and so this one's restaurant wear. So this dish would have been owned by a restaurant, and this is what you used to get your butter served in. So that is why they're called butter pats, and I think it is super cute. I think you could use these for spice dishes. I did end up finding 5. I think you could use them for butter. A lot of people just collect them. So I think they're really, really cute. And I have found before like fancier ones, like China types that were really, really cute too. I got lucky, guys. I found a lot of Jim Shore. Well, a lot for me. And all of the pieces that I found were undamaged, which is a huge bonus. I've never seen any Easter themed Jim Shore. And this egg on an egg stand, I suppose you could use it, year round. But with it being an egg, I assumed it was probably for Easter. The colorway is so rich. I just really, really liked it. I found 3 Christmas themed pieces, and those have already been, actually 2 of the pieces are sold. They're already priced and to the booth space. So I'll show you the other Jim Shore that was probably designed for Easter, but let me just tell you, I love a topiary anything. I have them in my home. I have them outside in the garden. I buy things like this for my home. The door hangers that we make, some of them are, well, we have a bunny for Easter, a bunny topiary. The colorway on this is so yummy. I love it. This was my favorite piece that I found. And I would never say just leave this out for Easter. Some people just think bunnies are for Easter. I decorate not my entire home. Boy, decorate my home though with bunnies year around. And I might try to get some styling done so I can show you what this would look like just, mixed in a vignette, or maybe even some shelf styling before this actually goes to the booth space. One of my very, very favorite pieces. This is the 3rd time that I have found what they call jewelry caskets. This is probably older than vintage. This is likely antique, and antique has to be 100 years old or older. So unless I can authenticate that, I still call it vintage, because it doesn't change the uniqueness and the beauty. The other 2 that I had, they're long gone, but they were bigger than this one. This one's a really sweet petite size, and things like this, of course, by your bedside to catch your jewelry, but they also make good styling moments, I think, for stud tables and shelving units. This piece of pottery just caught my eye. It's obviously a giraffe, but I couldn't figure out the holes. Guys, it's a whistle, and you blow here on, okay, I did clean this. And I wasn't going to show you, but I feel like I have to, right? Because I know sometimes like sounds are loud when people are watching videos, but so it's a whistle, and it's so daggum cute. And I will reclean this so that whoever wants that They don't have to worry about my germs. Anyway, let me tell you, if you do not live local to Lexington, Kentucky, and you cannot get to our salon or booth spaces, reach out. We know it's an extra step, but it's been working for several months while our Etsy shop is on vacation. We are going to open it again, you guys, promise, but I don't know when. So just that extra step, and if it's available and shippable, we will get it to you. I don't know how old this is. I would probably guess, even though there's nothing, I've done no research, this looks like something that would have come maybe from Pier 1. I think it's awesome. It actually holds a candle. So I also think how awesome that would be with a lit candle behind it. Again, things like this that are unusual, that just kind of catch my eye. I love a styling moment. I love a side table vignette. I love shelving units just styled and fixed up, and things like this. This is what I consider the perfect thing. No one, I shouldn't say no one, I'm sure there were more than one made, but your neighbor's probably not going to have this exact same thing. So it gives that conversation piece, something a little bit different. And this, my friends, is the find probably. This is hand-carved eagle. It is what they call ironwood, and it's called ironwood because it's so heavy, and I suppose that's just the wood, but my goodness, this is a workout, probably because of the heaviness, probably not shippable, but hey, we can always get quotes if it's something you're interested in. Let's go back to another wood piece. This is a wood vase. Actually, when it's a single stem, I learned this year too, guys. This is part of this business that I love, and I pass on the information. But it's actually called a weed pot. When usually only 1 or 2 stems will fit in, and I love this, hand-turned, handmade. There is some information on the bottom, but I just realized it has a telephone number, so I am not going to show that information on the screen. Probably not a real telephone number anymore, but I don't know that for sure. I couldn't help but to love this. I think this is probably, I mean, it's older or old-ish, but probably not quite vintage. But I'm telling you, I found this at a thrift store, and it made it without a chip, and I am stunned by that. I think it's one of the sweetest Christmas pieces that I have found as of late. And it's a candle holder, but honestly, I don't think I would use it as a candle holder. I am going to style this up. I have a black glass base, and I'm going to put some Christmas greens. And I found some black glass candlesticks, but I thought I brought them over here, possibly still left them over here on the pricing table. So that is how I'm going to style it up on the shelf, in hopes that it catches somebody's eye. I found quite a bit of brass. I found a couple of brass scoops, and I just thought these were sweet. Honestly, I've never ever seen anything quite like it. They have little feet. Really excited. This is an unusual piece. It has little felt pieces on there, but this is not a trivet. These flowers are raised, and I suppose it could be hung like this. And I'm going to say that was the intended purpose for whoever made this. It is beautiful. It's a bouquet of flowers, and I do think it would add a lot of whimsy to a gallery wall. It would also be one of those things that you could put on an easel. I found a pair, not just one. I don't pass up brass candle sconces because they are, they're just great. They're great on either side of pictures, you know, one side of a picture print, on their own, gallery walls, and people really love them. This is a bigger set, and each of them hold 2 candles, and I just really thought they were pretty. This is what I would call also the good patina. Like, I don't think I'll shine this up. Probably leave it like that. I don't know. The verdict is still out. Coasters are great gifts. They make great gifts, great hostess gifts. And these green marble coasters, you know, they have a good weight to them. The colorway is great, and marble is always a win. Never goes out of fashion as far as I'm concerned. Okay, one more piece of Gem Shore. Look at this beauty. You guys, when I tell you I got lucky, I found 6 pieces and I was thrilled. Living in the horse capital of the world, I couldn't leave this. I just think that, you know, it would be really, really sweet on a stack of books. You know, I'm gonna say it, but I just really love the detail. And these are some of the prettier pieces that I have ever seen. I don't collect Gem Shore pieces, but I do think they're really pretty. And then just a small piece of art. Small art is it sells really quickly, and I just thought it was kind of cool. It's just a print. I liked the frame better than anything, but things like this are so good because they work for so many people. They work, you know, in shelving units, on easels, backdrops on shelving units, vignettes on a wall, gallery wall. So that is the reason why, if it's a subject that I like, and I didn't really look at this so much. It looks like, you know, some, maybe an ink pad, maybe a note. I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, I thought the subject or subject matter was pretty. I didn't untape this because I don't want it to get broken. I'm going to be honest. I bought this purely for the unusualness of it. It's a blue and white piece of handmade pottery. I don't believe that it is signed. I don't know that it has a purpose other than just really looking unique and pretty. And the colorway was just really sweet, and I liked it. Okay, talking earlier about topiaries, I also love art that are topiaries. I don't imagine these are super old. The frames are some kind of a composite material, and the actual art is some kind of almost paper material on a board, possibly. I'm not sure. But I thought they were absolutely gorgeous. And I was really thrilled to get them because, honestly, like I said, topiaries, but the small size and almost botanical looking. And I think that style right now is really, really popular. I only have the one, the other one's back here, but I liked these candlesticks. This is brass. This is, oh my goodness, this is glass. I like them even better now. And then this is some kind of chalkware maybe. They're cherub babies. Look at them. I don't know. I don't know how old these could be, but they are really, really stunning. And I was happy to find a pair. Something like this on a candlestick, even if it had been a single with all that it has going on with it and being so unique, I probably would have picked up just a single. So I'm super glad there was a pair. If you know anything about uranium glass, you know it's so popular right now, and I don't find a lot of it. I have found, you know, several pieces through my years of doing this, but I don't pass it up, even if it's you know, a single bowl or something like that. I buy them because people love it. It fluoresces under black light, so I do not have my black light to show you, but I found a pair of these candlestick holders, and they're just so sweet. I love the shape of them, and I also love the little feet. So I do have the mate, and then I found this. This also fluoresces under black light. It is a lidded candy dish, and it's just really, really special. I don't know that I have ever seen, I've seen this style before, blues, clears, but I've never seen it in the uranium glass. So really excited about that. If you followed for a minute, you'll also know that I really love just green glass in general. This little guy needs a bath in the most desperate way, but I loved this brass piece. It's a seal and with a little ball on his nose or her nose. It needs, like I said, a glow up in the most desperate way, but it is so sweet. I could see that just anywhere, really, but especially a child's room. I didn't realize that some of this stained glass had some cracks in it, but to be honest with you, I don't think that it's a deal breaker, because it's not that noticeable, but I probably would have left it for that reason, because I don't like to, even in the booth, even if I put on a tag, you know, that it has some condition issues, I would just prefer to stay away from that. But this is something that I can use for myself. I love vintage Christmas. It's a candle holder. These are still taped together. I did not take them apart because I just didn't think that to show you there was any reason. They're bookends with globes, and I really think they're pretty special. Bookends are one of my favorite things to find because they are so useful, and they have a purpose, but they also usually look really pretty styled up on a shelving unit as well. So that's always a win-win. Then I bought a couple of large pieces. I bought this art glass bird feeder. I just couldn't leave it. The colorway is stunningly beautiful, and it might be Polish glass. I can't really read that. I can read it. It is Polish glass. So sometimes your guessing works out well when it has a tag on it. But this is something that a lot of people would say, you know, I thought you didn't want to buy something that you have to hold back. Guys, I won't hold this back. We're right at the gift season. And if you have a bird watcher, you know, on your list, or someone who loves to garden on your list, these are the kinds of things that you can look for, as well as flower pots and gardening tools and those types of things in thrift stores. So just a little idea. This is huge and heavy and beautiful. It's a handmade piece of pottery, and the colorway is stunning. Everything about it is stunning. Probably great for what I would think would be the best thing to use this for would be to corral the remotes on your coffee table, but it would also look really good as a fruit bowl. And there was this one place right here, but honestly, that's not a chip. That is where the glaze, it just missed in the firing. So guys, that's all we have for you today. If you like this kind of thing, please consider following along, liking and commenting. Go have the very best day, and we'll talk to you really soon.